Hi, I'm Kate.
I'm Rachel.
And we're your besties who haven't done laundry in 2 weeks.
And this is Not Cool Girls. So this is the first episode that we've recorded together since we launched. And I just want to say thank you so much to all of our friends, our family, in my case, some of my colleagues who have listened to the podcast so far and supported. It means a lot to both of us. Yes, it really does.
Yeah, retweet. My mom said, I like your podcast, even though I hate podcasts. And I was like, girl, why do you hate podcasts? And she's like, because then everyone around me has to hear it. And I'm like, girl, there's headphones. And she's
Bump
like,
it.
I don't have any.
Bump it, share it. Elaine?
She does have headphones. I know she does, but I guess she just doesn't like the idea of listening to people and not seeing it. But she does it for us.
I will say the only thing that's funny about it is like, here I am sharing some deeply personal stories about myself. And then like people I work with are listening to them. And I'm like, wow, I'm so brave.
Open book, read and weep.
Also, I literally put this on my resume.
It takes a long time to set up these mics. There's a wire fight and it's a whole battle.
Input 1, input 2, I don't recommend it. Also, I will say I have become a social media expert because our podcast is available on all platforms now that you can listen to podcasts.
Yes.
We're on Apple Music. We're on Amazon Music. Who knew that existed?
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
iHeartRadio. Spotify, obviously. And yeah, I mean, you can listen to us anywhere. So just
make sure to follow.
Subscribe. Hit the buttons that need to be hit.
You can follow on Spotify. I didn't realize this.
You can even comment.
But it helps.
I might put a poll on some of these. So if you're listening, you're like, is there a poll?
I love putting my opinion on things.
Maybe you want to tell us your opinion. We're so opinionated. Maybe you want to tell us yours.
Let us know.
Yeah. So anyway, just diving right into it. Let's start with some cool or not cool. So the first thing I want to talk about, now I feel like this is a highly debated topic, is sharing locations. I personally like to share my location with my loved ones. I think it makes me feel safe as a woman in this world. But I think it can get a little creepy because sometimes I'll kind of low-key be like, oh no, I said I didn't want to go out tonight and I like went around the corner. Is my friend going to see me?
I know that some people will message you and be like, oh, I didn't know you were going there tonight. That's so fun. But in my heart, in my mind, I'm like, is it fun? Are you angry with me? Are you upset I didn't invite you? I white lied today. Oh my gosh, is the white lie going to catch up to me? The thing about it, sharing your location, is the moment you try to share it, it always comes up in a funny, weird way. Like for me and my boyfriend, it took a long time to share location because he just didn't want to.
Yeah.
He felt like he was like, I want to be free. I don't want anyone to know where I am. And I was like, are you cheating on me? He's like, of course not. And I was like, then share your location. And he's like, okay, fine. And now I have his location and I can stalk him anytime I want. But that being said, I feel like it's also really awkward when you're no longer friends with someone.
Oh my God,
and then
so
you
awkward.
see their location and it's just like, why do I need to know where you are at this point? It's weird.
That is weird. I also had to beg my husband to share my location. Now,
Men don't want to share.
You know, he's a very private person, and I'm not. But
I feel like there's like 3 places he can go.
You know, he'd always be like, well, what if I'm out buying you a gift? And I was like, where are they? I haven't seen these gifts. But I think, I think it is cool for like safety, but I think it has gotten to an extreme place. I think my other disaster situation is that for some reason I have the same iCloud account as my mom and sister, LOL. So my sister and I are constantly fighting over whose phone is sharing the location, but low key, like we've both called each other, been like, take back the location. I don't want anybody to know where I am. And I'm like, so sometimes it can actually be very useful, but most of the time it's showing that I'm in Boston. And then like when I'm in Italy, I'm like, Leah, I want people to know I'm in Italy. Okay, let me share my location. So it's also kind of like a flex.
Well, I think it's not. There's some people out there where they make it not cool because they're like, I'm collecting people like Pokemon. Can I have your location? So another cool or not cool is eating on the train. Well, let me say this. I am the biggest culprit of eating everywhere and anywhere. Like I will eat sushi while walking. I don't need to dip.
That's crazy,
some,
by the way.
Now, I've eaten pizza on the subway, but then when I see other people doing it, I'm like, can't you do that not here? So I am a hypocrite because I do it, but then I judge people sometimes for doing it too. It depends on the food. I have had soup on the subway. That was the craziest moment.
Oh my God.
That was the craziest moment.
I'm sorry,
yeah,
what?
That was crazy. Well, it was like...
What soup?
It was like in high school, there was like this really good... remember Cozy? Okay, this is a
Yeah.
throwback. There was
Oh
a
my
place
God,
called
what
Cozy.
happened to Cozy?
I miss Cozy. And they had
Bring it
really
back.
good chicken noodle soup.
Of course, it's
and
a
I
chicken
would
product
get it
for
after
you.
school, walk into the subway, and just like be on the subway chowing that down because
I
it was
cannot.
a 45-minute subway ride. And that would get hot because if it did spill, it would hurt. So that was the moment where I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this. And people were looking at me like, you're disgusting, wench. And I'm like, I get it. It's germy out here. But like, and I also, honestly, I feel bad if I'm eating and then I see someone homeless.
Oh my
And then I'm like, oh, this is bad. Like,
Oh my God.
No, do you ever happen? And then I'm like, I should not be doing this. Like, I need to either give them food. I feel like it's like the idea of like, it's rude to be eating at a table when someone else isn't eating kind of thing. So if I'm eating in public, I'm like, I feel bad if someone else I know is starving. I'll give them a slice then. And the other thing is then there's dog poop on the ground. And then I just lose my appetite.
Honestly, when I descend into that ground, I'm like, that's a whole other like biosphere environment. That would be like eating in the bathroom to me. Because you know what? It's a lot of people's bathroom. And I think for me, in terms of eating in front of a homeless person, I do understand that. And that is...
I feel bad.
You actually reminded me. I would always pass by this McDonald's and like around the time, my grandma died in 2019. And I remember I was like...
Oh, 2019?
I went to... yeah, it was a tough time.
That's...
Right before
COVID.
Right before.
It was my graduation year.
Mazel tov. Happy anniversary.
I'm sorry. That was not
it's
a good
all right.
year for you.
No,
Great
it
year
wasn't.
for me.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Anyway. Mm-hmm.
Well, she died in 2019, and I remember I like couldn't eat anything for a few days because I was like obviously so like struck with grief. But all I was craving was McDonald's fries, and I like went to go get McDonald's fries, and there was this guy that always would hold the door to let people into McDonald's and like ask for money. My grandmother would like me to pay it forward. This is a mitzvah. I like bought him a large fries and a water bottle, and I gave it to him, and he goes, way too much sodium. These have way too much sodium. I can't eat these.
Wow.
And I was like,
he's a health king.
What? He was like, yeah, I'm asking for money. And I was like, oh. And I just walked away, and I felt really defeated and sad. I was like, damn.
That definitely happens. And it's like, you know what? Fair.
I mean, no, everyone is allowed to have their preferences. I was just shocked by the statement.
It's unexpected. Who wouldn't want McDonald's fries?
No, I want McDonald's fries.
I want them now too.
Honestly. Okay, another cool or not cool thing is breakup announcement posts. Now, usually celebrities do this. They're like, we've decided to uncouple. We're going to consciously co-parent, blah, blah, blah. First of all, when I hear that term, like we're gonna co-parent and be there for our kid, just say you hate each other. Just like, why are you being so cringy and having a press conference about your breakup? Right. And I think the craziest thing is I've met people who are just normal human beings and make like a breakup Instagram post. And I'm like, you're not even a celebrity.
Right.
What is this?
Sometimes I appreciate it because I don't need to do as much stalking as I would
Investigative journalism.
Because normally it would be a good 30 minutes sitting on the toilet looking at each Instagram, figuring out when was the last post.
Oh, it's their birthday.
No story. Do they follow each other anymore?
Yeah.
Are they following someone new?
Where are they in the birthday post?
And then you learn this person broke up these months ago and it was because of this. But if they just tell us, it's like, okay, thanks for being honest.
If you want to talk about it, put it on your close friends, put it on your Finsta, send it in the group chat.
But celebrities, I feel like I need to know. When Nicole Kidman and her husband broke up.
Oh, that was really hard.
That was devastating.
That
and I'm
was
glad
really
they
hard.
told me because I felt like a distant aunt was breaking up with her husband and I felt for their kids. I was like, that's tough. And I think about that honestly probably every 4 months. I thought that was true love. And
I mean, that one really hurt. Apparently the reason they broke up is because she was doing too many like
movies,
sexy roles.
What?
Yeah.
Get over it. Whatever his name is.
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban.
I thought they were your family.
So another not cool is ghosting. And it's not just, dating ghosting, friendship ghosting. If you move to a new place and you're trying to make friends and people just ghost you, I think it is the rudest, meanest thing someone can do. Just say, hey, I'm busy and I'll probably be busy for the next 7 months. They'll get it because of that message. Like, you don't need to ghost them.
It's like the eject button. You're just like, okay, this is the easy way out. Like, I feel like I've been ghosted by guys. I've been ghosted professionally. I was ghosted by a friend. Being ghosted by a friend, you're just like, oh my God, what?
That happened to me, and the only way they unghosted me was when I told them my grandma died. But I think professional ghosting is probably the worst because they can write an email that they send to everyone saying, sorry, we picked someone else.
I'm now at the point in my career where people ask me for advice and try to network with me. And I'm like, guys, I cannot help you. I can barely help myself. What am I supposed to do, girly pop? I can't help you.
Like, no good news. You don't want to give them anything.
Exactly. I love the summer in New York, and it is, it's a little controversial because it gets so hot. It's kind of like a greenhouse. It's horrible. But at the same time, it's also so enjoyable. So we thought about sharing a couple signs that it's finally summer in New York.
So the first sign is interns and tourists. Now, let me say this. I was in the elevator today, and this Australian woman was talking to this man, and she was saying, like, oh my gosh, the tourists are everywhere. Like, the interns are coming in. I can't stand it. It's going to be so annoying. Mind you, she had an Australian accent. So I was like, I love the Australians, But I was like, girl, you were once that intern. You were that tourist. Like, I don't think you were born here. Like, you came here too. So when people complain about tourists and interns, I'm just like, let them be. They're litlins, which means
idea.
Little ones. I learned that from Lord of the Flies.
Oh.
Litlins?
I did not like Lord of the Flies.
I never read it. I'm watching the show.
Oh, God. They made a show out of it?
Yes, they made a show.
That was the worst book I read in my lifetime. I'm not kidding. Like, good luck to you on your journey, but I would
scared now.
Like, I would never volunteer to consume that media.
Sorry. Oh my God.
No. I'm not going to give anything away to you, but oh my God, I hate it so much.
Anyway, I will defend the tourists.
I'm not defending the tourists, okay? I'm so sorry. But it's like, here's my thing. If you want to be a tourist, and look, I'm a tourist when I go to like a European city or wherever else, but it's like, learn how to walk. I'm trying to get into the subway and I see an entire group of like a Swedish family just trying to buy one Metro card. I can't deal with that. I have no patience. And for the interns, it's like, it's the same thing for me. For me, I have an issue with groups. A group of men, a group of tourists, a group of intern. I see a group of like blue button-down shirts, black pants, and I'm like, blech. What is this? Your JP Morgan internship? I can't take it. But I will say, actually, I was walking by Grand Central the other day and I saw like a group of interns and I was like, wow, look at that group of interns. And then literally it was our friend's brother. It was one of them.
See, everyone knows an intern. Everyone was an intern. My problem is if an intern acts like they own the city. They're like, this is my spot. I'm going to rule the world. Like, they got to be put in their place, but I wouldn't hate on them openly in an elevator.
You know what another funny thing is about summer in New York is that like you'll have like outdoor dining. There is like a Christmas tree stacked up of garbage. It's smelly. It's oozing out. There's rats like running across. But then I see somebody sitting next to that pile outside with a crisp Aperol Spritz. And I'm like, ooh, give me that Aperol Spritz. I literally Like, it doesn't matter where you are, what you're next to. If I see somebody on the street with an Aperol Spritz, my taste buds, I'm salivating. I'm like, I need that right now.
I feel like brunch is just better in the summer. Like the
Dining al fresco.
Morning, like
Oh, yeah.
all you can drink, food, little bites, brunch, it just hits differently. There is a lot of new places that have recently opened on the Upper East Side. I don't know.
Okay, the Upper East Side is having a legitimate renaissance.
It's having a renaissance. There's Tate.
Tate
is opening up. Pura Vida opened up.
No, it's not even. It's just
Cafe Mod. Is that a place?
Cafe Mod, yeah.
Opened up, and it is
Cafe Mod
locking up there.
It's actually hilarious to me that Cafe Mod is popping because it used to be 5 Mile Stone. If you know, you know. It was not popping. I grew up on the Upper East Side, and now it's having its renaissance when I don't live there anymore, and I'm like, oh, I missed it. Like, I missed it.
No, but I think it was probably there, but you were little. But now it's like, wow, like, this is the spot. And I just wish I had more income.
I wish I could live there too
brunch.
again. I mean, that too. You know what I think is also really funny about summer in New York City is that everyone is flocking to the rooftops. But it's like you're paying $25 for like an average drink.
It is weirdly hard to get your foot in the door of a roof. My own roof in my building has asbestos. So
Asbestos?
Asbestos?
I think it's asbestos.
We got whatever it is.
Wait, when did that happen?
It's been happening. I had to sneak on the roof and avoid it.
You had to get that photo.
I had to get my yearly photo on the roof.
The birthday photo?
Birthday photo.
Oh my God, and the asbestos
in
exposure.
The background. But that being said, so I have limited access to roof. So I would be willing to pay $25 to get on that roof to get the vibes because it only lasts so many months.
It's
so
true.
People are willing to, squirrel up some money so then they can spend it in the summer. And I just want to, look out and see tall buildings and pollution. Is that too much to ask for? Another sign of summer is Rockaway Beach. So much different types of music that is honestly overstimulating. I don't know how we can fix that. Everyone brings the radio, and it's like, or the radio. Oh my gosh.
The radio.
I'm a grandma.
It's
but
overstimulating.
Rockaway is fun because it has a lot of little like food areas and stuff. And it is a sign. When someone texts in the group chat, let's go to Rockaway, you're like, summer is here. But the thing is, it takes like 2 hours to get there.
You might as well go to the Hamptons at that point.
Literally, yeah, like it is far. And you know what really people don't go to that often? Jersey Shore. Oh. And I honestly think it probably might be closer than Rockaway.
When I think about going to New Jersey, and I have very dear, dear friends who live in New Jersey and will be listening to this, I do feel like, I am crossing state lines. Like, do they need to check my passport? That's
why it feels so much further, but in honesty, it's probably closer than Rockaway.
It is probably a little closer than Rockaway. No, you're right. The other thing I feel is like, so much of the time, especially when I was living on the Upper East Side, when it was summer, I would see people that are basically naked in the park. And now what I mean by that is like, they're basically not wearing clothing. I support sunbathing. I love it. But it's like, I know how that grass feels. That grass is freaking hot, and it's like wiry, and it's like kind of also wet. It's not a nice feeling against your naked torso.
Central Park is Manhattan's beach. So people will go there dressed up as if they were going to the beach.
It's, you know what else is funny, actually, that we should talk about is how all the different parks have different vibes.
Definitely.
It's like Central Park, it's like, all right, you're that bitch. Like,
Central Park feels family to me. Central Park is famous for a reason.
Also, different people going to different parks. Right. I feel like the Prospect Park is more of like the Rockaway Beach crowd. Yeah. And then you have
Tiva.
River.
Oh, you know what it is? Tiva's versus like Sneakers. Sneakers is Central Park, and I feel like Tiva's is Prospect Park, and maybe Berks are like Riverside Park.
No, Riverside Park is like Crocs.
Oh, I like it. Yeah,
because it's like the Upper West Siders.
Oh, you know what? Domino Park is Birkenstocks.
Domino Park is Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks, yeah.
What about McCarran Park?
Oh, barefoot. I don't even know.
Barefoot.
People are just walking around there. I don't even know what they're doing.
An Upper East Side park, Charles Schurz Park. When I think about Charles Schurz Park, I think about being a teenager.
I also think about the pandemic because I went on like one of my first big dates there.
Oh my God, that's true. But we also spent time there together.
Yeah, we did.
We did. But and then there's also like, I don't know. Oh, you know what parks are really nice? The ones like on the side of Tribeca. And that to me, I think of that park as like, I don't know, like a Golden Goose.
Oh, yeah, definitely
park.
Golden Goose.
Like they're rich.
Daddy's credit card.
But they also want like some sensible shoes.
Right. It has to have some, just like a really expensive sneaker.
I feel like Bryant Park and Madison Square Park are like the Brooks. Like they're just like the sneaker.
Yeah.
That you gotta wear.
Right.
What is it? The Hokas.
Some Hokas.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like they're a little more dressed up usually.
Maybe a little more dressed up.
Maybe Madison
Rothy's.
Yeah, like something nice.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so Kate, speaking of parks, speaking of the city, what was your New York City crazy moment of the week?
I think that this one was pretty funny. So I was on the subway and this man walks in with his Columbia graduation robe. And there's this woman on the subway and she asks him, she's like, "Oh, what did you graduate from?" And he says, "Business school." And she's like, she gets kind of aggressive. Like, this woman's clearly not fully there, but she gets a little aggressive. And she's like, "Well, what kind of business?" And he's like, "Just general business." And she's like, "Excuse me, young man, you have to be clear and specific when someone asks you a question." And this guy is like, I got my MBA. And she's like, "Okay, the NBA. I know what that is. You could have just said that." So he said MBA, and she's thinking NBA.
Oh.
And another man on the train says, "Actually, ma'am, he said MBA. He got a master's in business." And she's like, "Well, what kind of business?" And the guy is trying to explain, like, it's just general business. And she's like, "Okay, can you get me a job?"
Oh,
and then the guy's like, "I don't have a job." So
honestly, credit to my girl. Give this girl a job.
She could be a lawyer.
Wants a job. She wants a job, and she's not afraid to ask for one.
She was like, "Get me a job. Like, if you got a master's in business, then get me a job."
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, yo, respect the hustle.
Yeah, she was definitely hustling.
Okay, what was your other story?
The other one was I went to the pharmacist and I came to the table or whatever, the counter, and she looked at me, got my stuff, and brought it back to me. She knew who I was. And I was flabbergasted. I feel like in a small town, that's how the vibe is. But I was like, wow, this woman really knows who I am. Like, I am so honored. I literally said to her, I'm honored. You know who I am. She's like, "Oh, you come in all the time." And then I felt bad. I didn't know her. And I'm like, should I ask her prescriptions? Like, maybe we could be on the same level. Because she now knows medications I take. And I should be like, "Well, wait, what's your name again? What medications do you take?" And then I feel like we'd really be bonded.
I mean, first you could ask her name. Wow.
There's a lot of people that come to that Duane Reade. New York City. I was shocked.
You know what I think is really funny about Duane Reade, by the way, just side note, is that Duane Reade is like it's a New York chain.
Now owned by Walgreens.
Well, that's what I think is funny about it, is literally Walgreens bought them in like, I don't know, like 2009. I remember we were like in middle school or something, and they just knew. They were like, we can't change the name of Duane Reade because nobody's going to go to Walgreens. They're only going to go to Duane Reade.
Right.
And that is the God honest truth. It's like, we know it's Walgreens, but it's Duane Reade.
We call it Duane Reade. And I think that's how you know a real New Yorker from a non. Because they'll say,
true.
"Oh, we're going to Walgreens." I'm like, there's a Walgreens
There's
here?
no Walgreens.
There's no Walgreens.
It's
and they're
Duane
like,
fucking
Duane
Reade.
We got to keep Duane Reade alive and well.
I'm so passionate about Duane Reade. Duane Reade, I love you. If you are listening, I'm your biggest fan.
We love you, Duane Reade.
I will never leave you for CVS. I will never leave you for any of those other hoes. I love you.
We love you.
My crazy story of the week. So, my dad was a doctor. And he was a great doctor. He was in Best Doctors of New York. By the way, you can look him up. But anyway,
what kind of doctor was he?
My dad was a kidney doctor. It's a very depressing profession. Okay. I wouldn't recommend it. If you're going to be a doctor, don't be a kidney doctor because you're not saving lives. You're keeping people alive when they're slowly dying. It's horrible.
Wait, but don't you help people pass kidney stones?
Oh, I mean, I guess you could do that, but I feel like most of the time, like he was dealing with people on dialysis.
Oh,
It's
man.
not that sexy. It's not that glamorous.
Right.
I feel actually, if you're a kidney doctor today, I give you so much credit because you could have sold out and been a plastic surgeon, but you're choosing to help people. Because my dad was a doctor, I'm very, very picky about my doctors. And surprisingly, in New York, there are a lot of doctors, but there are not that many good ones. And I found a doctor, my gastroenterologist, and I love this man, okay? I am obsessed with this man.
You love a male doctor.
No, I mean, not always. I mean, it's a little awkward because, like, he's been up my ass before. But here's the funny thing.
Isn't your gyno also male?
No.
Oh,
no.
I thought you wanted a male gyno.
No.
Okay, I take it back.
I'm so sorry. I would just never, that could never happen.
I thought that was a thing.
I mean, there are male gynecologists.
No, I thought that was a thing for you.
No. My therapist is a man.
Okay.
And that's when that's what everybody is like, whoa, really? But yeah, my therapist is a man.
She's
Shout
open-minded.
out. Honestly, my therapist has given me a lot of advice on this podcast. So thank you so much, sir. You know who you are. By the way, I don't think men should be gynecologists. I don't. You're never going to understand. I need a woman to be my gynecologist because how are you going to ever know what it feels like? You're not.
I just wonder what's the mindset of like.
What is the mindset?
What is the mindset?
Oh,
That's
actually,
all.
Creepy story. My dad had a colleague who also met his wife because his wife was his patient. And here's the worst part. This man was a gynecologist.
I don't understand how
that is so bad.
Oh no. I don't understand how people get close enough to their doctors in that short period of time.
So I'm really particular about doctors, and I found this really good doctor, and so I recommend him to a lot of my friends. And Dr. C, that's what I'm going to call him. Dr. C has literally given me a colonoscopy. He's literally been inside of me, and he's also been inside of my friend's boyfriend. And we have that in common. We're like Eskimo sisters, but the doctor has been up both of our asses. Anyway, my New York City crazy moment of the week is that I have had such severe and persistent heartburn for the last 3 weeks that I called Dr. C. Dr. C calls me back, and he's like, girl, this is not good. We need to get you into this office immediately, and we need to get you an endoscopy. And I was like, what? And it's like, Dr. C is running train on me. He is coming in from both ends. Like, he's taking me from the back. He's taking me from the front now. And he's taken all my friends. Like, I've literally recommended Dr. C to my husband. And Dr. C has been inside of my husband. And it's so crazy that we literally just are, passing around this man who's been up all of our assholes. With a glove, of course. And I'm just like, oh my God. But anyway, I'm getting an endoscopy next week.
It's so funny. It's so true about the doctors. Like, I have the same primary care as I think at least two
of our friends.
Our friends.
And they all know. They know our secrets.
They all know the secrets.
And what your asshole looks like.
Doctors know the secrets of New Yorkers.
They do. And maybe that's how they end up marrying them.
Right. Anyway,
well, thank you so much for listening.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Please follow and do all that stuff.
Yeah, let us know if you're having an Aperol Spritz, brunching it up. Like, comment, let us know what is your go-to brunch item.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.